Hey, real estate agents, it's Jeff Underwood with the weekly closer along with Joey Sampaga, the man with the plan. How's it going, Joey?
What's that?
Oh, you had to. You had to. Hey, we've got a guest with us today that is rocking it with real estate, and he's going to bring down the house today. Aren't you, Templeton?
Absolutely true.
So we have Templeton Walker with us in the house. Let's see. You were just named, 40, top 40, under 40?
Yeah, I won 40 under 40.
Awesome, man.
Which was really cool.
I just wanted to say that right up front. People know that we're going to have some great content. If you're watching, you'll be able to see Templeton. He's in his element. This is awesome. He's going to have some fun. And like I said, he's going to bring it. So Templeton, share with us a little bit, I guess. First, background as far as who you're working with, team, all that stuff, whatever you want to share with the audience about your real estate.
Absolutely. So I'm only 3.5 years into this, so it's been it's been a pretty quick climb for me. I pretty much reached my bandwidth as a solo producer.
Okay.
So I needed to start bringing people on because I kind of had a little bit more business and more leads that I could handle. So brought on some buyer's agents, then started to bring on some administrative people, and now I've created the Templeton Group. I have 8 agents that work with me. I just opened up Flagstaff, have an agent up there. We put 4 or 5 pending within 6 weeks.
Well, that's because you're familiar with Flagstaff, right?
I am.
If I understand, you were born somewhere up by the Grand Canyon?
At the Grand Canyon National Park.
Mom was hiking and
Mom was hiking, and here I came, 1.5 mile house. I was there. I'm from up north, and I ran into too much business up there not to have a presence. Yeah. And I've kind of proven that within our short time there. A good friend of mine named Zach Phelan, he's my agent up there. He's crushing it. He has a database up there, and I'm kind of a sphere of influence guy.
Sure.
So I tap into that, and so does he, and then we also produce some leads, and it's been good.
So 3.5 years in the business, you got so busy, you couldn't just handle it yourself. So that's a great problem,
right,
to have.
Well, if I wanted to keep a certain quality of life, I think as a solo producer, I did like 10 million about, and that was kind of. You start to sacrifice other things. I got 3 little boys, a beautiful wife that I want to be able to hang out with. And once you're selling 10 on your own, you're pretty busy.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I love hearing that. So family first, obviously.
Family first. For sure. If I hit the lotto, I would just hang out with them all day.
Yeah.
But turns out I got to figure out how to make money.
You actually have to make some money.
Yeah, I got to make this thing called money. So
well, when Bravo comes calling, right?
I'm still waiting for my show.
Yeah.
I swear to God, I would crush it.
$1 million listing.
Mine's more like $300,000 listing is more of my show, but I do a lot of those.
That's okay. You can get a good crib for $350, $400, right?
Right, for sure.
Absolutely. I don't know about up north. I think price points are probably.
So we just listed a manufactured home for $250. So
what?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
And it's going to sell like first week. So
wow.
That market, it's really good right now, just like ours down here.
Absolutely. So what compelled you to get into the business? I know you said 3.5 years ago. So what was that trigger point? What caused you to look at this?
I've always been a great guy, I would like to think. But I would get these different ideas, and I was always trying to sell something, and like nothing had really transpired for me yet. And I was selling a multi-level marketing thing.
Yeah.
And I called my aunt, who's a successful realtor in Prescott, and she goes, "I'll buy your stupid pill if you let me pay for real estate school and you pay me back on your first deal." And I was like, "Oh, deal." So I made my $200 on the pill, and I thought it was amazing. And then I got into real estate school, and I just kind of took to it. And I had a fast start, and I had never made money really in my life. So like the first time I had like a big month, I was like, "Oh my God, I'm doing this. Like,
absolutely,
I'm going to get better at this."
No, that's great. So what do you think is the what's the key to that success for you, or what was it?
Well, early it was, I always tell like my agents, and I tell my friends, and I'm a big guy on the way you carry yourself. There's 2 things you can always control, and that's your effort and that's your passion. And I wasn't going to be outworked. And if you meet me, I want anyone who meets me, they're going to leave that conversation like, "Hey, that guy's pretty passionate about whatever the hell he was just talking about."
For sure.
So I made sure every person who ever came across me knew I was a realtor. I was excited about it, and I wanted to help them. And I wasn't a secret agent, I made sure the world knew. Like, no one was going to say like, "Oh man, I would have used you, but I forgot you were a realtor." Like, that wasn't going to happen.
Got it.
You were going to know I was a realtor.
People are going to know that Templeton is doing real estate.
Yeah, and he's pretty good at it. And like, I would share my successes, and then I'd also share some photos of my kids and just show everything I'm passionate about. and I try to be very authentic in who I am. I try not to be anyone else.
Right.
You know, I sit here today with a shirt and a backwards hat on. That's who I am, right?
Yeah.
If I wore a suit and was like, hey guys, how are you? Like, it just wouldn't be me. Like, it wouldn't be authentic.
Okay, I totally get that.
And I think people
I
relate to
that.
Yeah, you got a beanie on, you got a biker club, like, you're a badass.
Yeah, he's got a tricycle.
There we go. Tricycle at home. Okay, so tell me then. You mentioned you do a lot of social media stuff, and I've seen some of your videos, your Facebook Live stuff. So how's that working for you? I mean, how do people react to some of your things that you're doing?
It's a cornerstone to my business, and like I was telling you, about 65 to 70% of my business comes from my sphere.
Yeah.
And I can't directly correlate what amount comes from social, but I do know when I post about real estate or I post about what I'm passionate about, messages start to come through. Hey, Temp, we're looking to buy. I'd love to use you. You know, we love the way you carry yourself. A cool story, all the way down to, like, my wife bought this waxing kit. I do a lot of Facebook Live.
Yeah.
My wife buys this waxing kit.
Yeah.
And it's like, hon, can I test this on you? I want to wax your nipple. And
No.
I'm like, oh, God.
Say no. No.
So I said, well, yeah, we can do it. But we're going Facebook Live on it.
There you go.
So we ended up doing the whole chest, and it's a hilarious video. Like, never had so many viewers. It was awesome.
Okay, I'm gonna have to watch that now that you mention it. But
It's really good. Like, I like to think that it's my best work ever.
The nipple wax.
Oh my! And then she got like this little bear claw like neck hair, and I was like, oh no, don't do it. It was, and then you hot wax, like I didn't put two and two together. She like burnt me. Like I was burnt. I was like, oh my God, like it was bad.
How long did it take to grow back? Is it still growing back?
No, it's back. But I was like,
I was gonna say you could take the shirt off for the camera, but if it's grown back, no worries.
No, I was like Patches O'Houlihan for like a couple weeks. Like it was not a pretty sight. But anyway, long story short, a lender who's now a friend, and we refer business back and forth to each other. His wife goes, hon, you need to watch this video of this realtor. He reminds me of you. He's hilarious. So he looks at my production. He's like, okay, this guy's a producer.
Yeah.
I need to come correct. So he sends me a deal and says, I watched that video. I was crying, laughing. I want to work with you. Here's a $280,000 buyer. I put him under contract that week. So that waxing video of my poor chest and nips brought me like $8,500.
How funny! It was worth it.
Hell yeah! Give me $8,500 right now. I'll wax my chest again.
Did your wife get royalties from that? Right?
Oh, yeah, she
gets half.
She's all right.
She probably got more. She got more than half,
it
bro.
all.
Yeah.
That's a great story. Oh man, that reminds me of a guy that we just saw at one of these social media events, and he tested to see if people would watch Bacon Fry. Right. And sure enough, people watch Bacon Fry. I think being who you are, being real, authentic, right, is the key. If you're just a fun guy, then that's what you do.
Right.
Right.
So
and you really want to work with people that are fun.
It is, and then
right?
I think it's the blend of being yourself and being funny and being fun, but also knowing your stuff.
Yeah.
And being good at what you do. So if you can blend those two and be astute in your profession,
right.
and people enjoy to be around you.
Yeah. So you can't be a stand-up comedian who happens to do part-time real estate.
No.
Right? You want to be full-time real estate, know what you're doing, but you just happen to be a funny dude.
At the end of the day, this is their largest transaction they're ever going to make. So they want to make sure they're working with the best, and I firmly believe that I am that.
Absolutely.
But also, it doesn't need to be a dry, painful experience.
Yeah.
You can enjoy this process. You can love finding your home. And I always warn my clients, I'm like, hey, straight up, we're probably going to become friends. So don't say I didn't warn you.
Right. No, that's great. That's a great way to do it. So as far as social media, mostly Facebook, Instagram, right?
Facebook, Instagram.
Okay.
And I just try to be authentic in what I share. I'm passionate about my kids. I'm passionate about my family. And then I'm passionate about helping people find homes and how to be creative with real estate, how to help people make money with real estate.
Right.
Those are all kind of things that I share.
So we get this question a lot when we go around the valley. We teach some of these classes is what percent, so you're sharing a lot on your personal wall, right, on Facebook. How often do you think you talk real estate versus family and other things?
Probably 70-30, 70 family, 30% real estate.
Okay.
Which is, I've kind of found, I'd be lying if I told you I've tried to make it an exact science. If I look at my posts and every one of them is real estate that week, I'm like, I should maybe tone it down a little bit because it can be too much.
Right, exactly. Cool, man. No, thanks for sharing that. That's awesome. I've watched some of your Facebook Live stuff. I think you're doing a great job with that. That is what I would say is the key. to organic growth right now.
Right.
For your following is definitely the live stuff. Seems to be where it's all at.
My best advice is I try to create content that people like actually want to watch.
Yeah.
I have a hard time when people do the Facebook Live and they're walking us through a $200,000 3-bedroom, 2-bath house, showing us the bedrooms. Like, I don't think anyone really cares.
Yeah.
You don't have to go wax your chest, and you don't have to do certain things like that.
Thank you. I appreciate
try
that.
to make it entertaining. There's different
Right.
things that you can get outside the box and not just. I respect all the agents that are making those live videos and just putting themselves out there because it's not easy.
Right.
But I would be really cognizant of what you're sharing, and if it was you watching, would you stay on that and get walked through that house? I probably won't.
Right. Yeah, and Joey and I talk about that a lot where when you're going to go live or when you decide to go live or doing video, that you'll develop character over time. So,
right.
I heard somebody say once that people find you for your free stuff you offer. So maybe it's free search for
Right.
houses on your website or whatever, but they follow you for the character that they fall in love with, basically.
Exactly, and I use it really well for that because so I have like Season Suns tickets, really good seats, and my top clients. I do giveaways. I one time did this. I wanted to any kids that had never been to a game. I wanted everyone to nominate, and I'd pull it out of a hat. I felt so bad. I ended up buying all 40 kids tickets to the game because I couldn't just choose one.
Oh yeah!
Wow.
So that was pretty cool. That was a really good video that got a lot of traction, and I try to do things that match up with my values that I can actually enjoy doing.
Okay. No, awesome. We're going to get into the next segment, but I want you to share, you mentioned an off-market strategy that you're doing.
Right. So as I was telling you, last month I made more money off-market than I did with my whole traditional team. The way I do that is I have a lot of agents have cash investors, but what are they going to buy? Things like that.
Right.
I make sure every new agent or any agent who might not know how to disposition something on the back end, I let them know, hey, let me be your first phone call, and I can get you a cash offer that day. Because a lot of times, I know when I was new and I didn't have many connections, I knew something was a deal, but I didn't know what to do with it. I was like, gosh, that thing, someone should buy that, right?
Right, sure.
But who do I call? I'm that phone call.
There you go.
And then I pay you your commission, and sometimes we can even double in your commission, and you never had to take a photo. You didn't have to list anything.
Wow.
You just get a check. So
That's awesome.
I'm a good number to have in your phone.
There you go. We'll give the number real quick.
480-823-5762.
There it is. So reach out if you want to know more about that strategy. Talk to Templeton about that. Okay, so Templeton, are you ready for the next segment?
I am. Let's do it.
Okay, so what we're going to do is get in the ring with the Maniacs. Here we go.
Let's do it.
Rapid fire. What's the best advice anyone's ever given you?
Be true to yourself. Don't try to pretend to be anything that you're not.
Okay.
And just do right by people.
Awesome. Good job. What is your favorite mobile app?
Audible. I'm a heavy reader. If I'm in the car, I didn't get to finish college. I had my first son when I was a freshman. And I said, you know what? If I'm going to be in this car, I'm going to turn it into the University of Templeton, and I'm going to absorb knowledge. So if I'm in the car, I'm reading.
That's great.
So I probably hit 2 books a week.
Awesome. So, that leads me in. So if you had to recommend a book, what would you recommend for the readers?
So many good ones. If you want to just like spark your initial mindset of how to start thinking different, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, it's an amazing book.
Okay.
If you're an agent, more technical, I'm a big believer in The Power of Habit. So The Miracle Morning, that kind of changed the game for me. And the list can go on and on. Richest Man in Babylon. That's more of a life.
That's one of my favorites.
That's more of a life. The Alchemist. I hit like 75 books last year. So.
Wow. That's awesome.
Anyway, I have a lot that I could recommend.
No, that's awesome. Yeah, Ben. I know Ben mentioned Arredondo. Mentioned the Miracle Morning. So I did get it. So.
Well, he's the same as me. Like he's up at 5. He's in the gym early. Like I like to get that done because then once my kids are awake and my agents are awake and the world's awake, I won't work out.
Absolutely. So what's one productivity tool or software that you use every day?
I would say my CRM, which I know gets brought up all the time, but I don't know how much money I've left on the table on a napkin somewhere, on a notepad somewhere, because if you want to produce at a high level, you need a lot of leads, and the only way to track all those leads is through a management system.
Absolutely. Awesome. Okay, so the last question for the segment, for our podcast, I'm going to have you draw out of a hat, and then it's totally random, so there you go.
All right, let's do it.
This is beautiful. What is that, velvet?
All right,
What did I want to be growing up?
Oh, there you go.
Well, like lofty goal, I wanted to be. I was a big basketball player. I played in college and stuff. But at the end of the day, 5'10" white dude. I didn't go to the league. Go figure.
Yeah. Okay.
But I can still.
You can still ball.
I can still. Yeah.
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 Awesome. All right. So basketball.
Basketball. Well, I played everything. I'm from a small town, so for us to have a team,
Yeah, you had to.
every boy had to play.
Every boy.
So I like to think of myself as a good athlete in general, but basketball was my thing.
Got it. Cool, man. How about you, Joey?
You know, I wanted to be like Bruce Lee.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he
Martial
was
art.
awesome. Yes, I used to tell people in elementary school that he was my dad, and they believed me too.
How about you?
Well, that's a good way to not get beat up
Exactly.
in elementary school.
How about you? What did you want to be?
So I always So I want to be a football player, but then the 5'7" white guy thing also
Yes,
kind
it catches up
was
with
an
you.
issue. And then it moved to a NASCAR driver, and then it moved to country music singer, and then anyway,
Right.
a little bit of everything.
That's awesome. Gosh, if I had one talent, it would be to sing, because it's terrible. But like, God, man, I'd be singing to everybody.
There you
Jeff
go.
can sing.
Well, he's got
Okay,
the
well,
voice.
it's time to move on. No, thanks so much for being here, man.
I appreciate
This has been
y'all
great.
having me.
This,
No,
is this has been a fun show.
Yeah, this is awesome.
I know. I wish we
I
could
can
just
tell
keep
you right
rolling.
now. Well, we might have to do another one.
Yeah, anytime, man. I'm
Awesome, bro. So, again, if somebody wants to reach out to you, say an agent wants to reach out, I don't know if you're growing your team right now, or if somebody wants to reach out directly,
right.
go ahead and share that information.
So my number, 480-823-5672. Shoot me a text or a call. Or direct message me on Instagram. The Templeton group. The Templeton group is the whole thing. Oop.
Okay.
and then Facebook, Templeton Walker.
Okay.
I get quite a few messages though, so try to hit me up on maybe a couple avenues, or just pick up the phone and call me.
Okay, cool. And if this episode influenced you to wax your chest, please let us know.
Yes. I'm telling you, for $8,500, people might start waxing.
Hey, this is Jeff Underwood with Joey Sampaga down at Security Title Studios, signing off.
Good job.
Thank you.
Awesome, bro.
Good
That's
job.
awesome, man.
Yeah.
Sweet.